Welcome back to some Sly Cooper content, guys. For this video, I decided to discuss about Penelope. Penelope first appeared in Sly Cooper 3, Honor Among Thieves, and later in Sly 4, Thieves in Time. Penelope was first considered a good friend for the Cooper gang. I mean, she even became Bentley's girlfriend. However, one day, she decided to take a different road, and that completely made us believe that she was no longer the person we thought she was. Overall, what Penelope did during the series was pretty much unpredictable, and that's what makes her an interesting character. I guess let's get on with the video. Before Penelope even met the Cooper gang, she was interested in plane fighting competitions. Penelope did not meet the age requirements to enter these competitions. Therefore, she disguised herself as the Black Baron. She eventually became famous for being the best plane fighter, but at a point, she was looking for more competition. So she started the AC's competition. So how did she meet the Cooper gang exactly? Well, the gang was looking for someone who had talent in remote-controlled inventions. The gang eventually stumbled upon Penelope online and tried convincing her to join the team. She didn't say no, but she mentioned that if they beat the Black Baron in the AC's tournament, she would join. Penelope first lied to the gang and said that she was the Baron's mechanic. Eventually, before the AC's tournaments, semifinals, Bentley contacted Penelope for help in defending the Cooper's hangar from lockshot. She basically supported the gang at that point, and made her think that, oh, it wouldn't be such a bad idea to join them. Finally, the Black Baron was defeated, aka Penelope, and that's how she joined the gang. Eventually, there was the Cooper gang vault heist, where Penelope was involved in helping the gang. At one point, Bentley was in danger, and Penelope saved him. She already had feelings for him, but after saving him, the attraction grew, and that's how they became a couple. Unfortunately, there came a moment in Thieves in Time where Penelope started having doubts about her involvement with the Cooper gang. What I mean is, she started asking herself that she and Bentley can do better without the gang. They could move away together, use their brains to come up with inventions and become rich. But Penelope felt like Bentley was way too preoccupied with the gang, or Sly more specifically. Here's another way to look at this. Penelope had this sort of jealousy towards Bentley. This is what she said to herself at a point. If only Bentley hadn't been brainwashed by Cooper's honorable thief nonsense, we could have made billions in weapon designs. Now, don't you think that maybe she was jealous due to the fact that Bentley was spending more time helping his pals instead of spending time with her? Anyways, in Sly 4, she just decided to leave without leaving any traces behind, and that was basically her breakup. Apparently, her disappearance was intentional because she was somehow hired by Le Paradox. She stole Bentley's time machine blueprints, and she came up with a time machine which did not require an item of a specific era to function. Bentley's time machine was flawed basically, so she and Paradox could time travel easily with the press of a button. But from then on, Le Paradox instructed Penelope to steal Sir Gallus's cane in medieval England. Penelope gladly followed his instructions, but her real intention was to double-cross him. She knew that if she time-traveled to medieval England and stole the cane, that the Cooper gang, especially Bentley, would show up eventually. She dressed up as the Black Knight, so that Bentley wouldn't discover it on the spot. Once the Black Knight was defeated, Penelope was discovered, and she basically used that moment to try and convince Bentley that they could have achieved something greater together. Bentley was basically just heartbroken. The fact that she would betray them like this didn't seem possible to him. Anyways, Penelope then wound up in prison. But knowing Penelope, she was able to easily escape. But here comes the question, which was perhaps supposed to be answered in Sly Cooper 5. Where is she? At the end of Sly 4, Bentley mentioned that he kept receiving strange postcards. Now, these postcards have spray-painted figures which resemble Penelope with a gas mask on. Okay. So we know Penelope escaped out of prison, leaving behind a silhouette figure on the wall. But why would she take the time to do that? If you look at the other postcards, it seems like she left the same figure in Paris. Doesn't this place look a bit familiar to you guys? I don't remember seeing this place in the game, but I do remember seeing this in the Sly 4 Gamescom trailer. Could this mean anything? Why would they show this location in a trailer? Seems weird, doesn't it? Maybe it was intentional? Meaning we have a puzzle to solve, and to understand some parts of the story, we have to link things together? Now, since Sly was in that specific location, does that mean that Penelope is trying to look for him? Does she know that Sly disappeared? If so, how? How does she know? She was in prison. Maybe when she escaped, she spied on Bentley and probably overheard conversations regarding Sly's disappearance. Alright, two scenarios. 1. Penelope knew about Sly's disappearance and is trying to look for him. By finding Sly, she would prove to Bentley that she's a good person deep inside, and she'd apologize to him after all she's done. This scenario is pretty simple and straightforward. Scenario number 2. Penelope is trying to signal Bentley that she knows that Sly disappeared and is trying to get rid of him once and for all. Maybe all that hate, sadness, and jealousy of hers led her towards such decision. She was probably fed up of Sly this, Sly that, and getting rid of him would solve everything. Okay, let's get one thing straight. Why would Penelope include a gas mask in the silhouette? We know that Le Paradox's minions were wearing a gas mask. Okay, and? We know that Le Paradox had a time machine which Penelope created. Maybe Penelope was about to time travel? You know, maybe she used the gas mask to indicate that she was about to use her time machine to travel. So, since she left the silhouette in Paris, especially where Sly was at, Penelope was trying to indicate to Bentley that she is going after Sly, and that she will find him one way or another. Plus, the other postcard looks like a picture of a lab. That could also indicate that Penelope is hinting towards something or hinting towards an invention she and Bentley came up with. The time machine, basically. In short, Penelope is building some sort of a map for Bentley, as in, try to find me, you're not trying hard enough. She's playing a game, let's say. Alright, next. I remember someone commenting on the Sly Cooper 4 cliffhanger video about a possible theory. The first part of the comment was really interesting. Here it is. Well, it is said that Penelope disappeared, maybe back in time, to A. discover that Clockwork, before the metal upgrades, share a hatred for the Cooper family, so she builds an armor for him to be immortal, explaining how Clockwork can't age and how this takes place with time, so that because of this, he kills Sly's parents. Let's think about this for a moment. If Penelope time traveled, met Clockwork, and made him immortal, that means that everything that happened in Sly Cooper 1 Thievius Raccoonus is Penelope's fault. Maybe she met Clockwork. She somehow knew that he hated the Cooper legacy. By knowing this, she explained to Clockwork that the Cooper legacy still exists in her time. So since Clockwork got furious, Penelope, using her brains, made him immortal and told him that Sly Cooper is the one keeping the legacy alive. So Clockwork probably decided to kill Sly's parents in attempts of stopping the Cooper legacy. But little did he know that Sly would grow up and continue his family's legacy and get defeated by him. It's crazy to think that this whole time Penelope was the one who helped Clockwork destroy the Cooper legacy. Just to make sure, Clockwork had yellow eyes when Sly was young, so we know that he was immortal back then. So this theory of Penelope time traveling and making Clockwork immortal doesn't sound too crazy. I don't know if you guys ever saw this Easter egg. We see Clockwork, or Dewey. This could hint towards the possibility that Clockwork existed in the time of Tennessee Kid Cooper or even before. So becoming immortal by the hands of Penelope would be possible, unless there was another evil genius back then. Here's another crazy theory. What if Penelope time traveled and got stuck in the past? This was actually an idea of theory part B of the comment. What I think could actually happen is this. She gets stuck in the past, attempts to destroy his ancestors, but just fails or decides to do something completely different. Maybe make herself immortal so that she can encounter future Sly. But if that's the case, why not just go after young Sly? Or what if she's Clockwork and killed Sly's parents? Nah, that would not only be the craziest plot twist of the series, but it sounds kind of too far-fetched. I don't know, or does it? So guys, what do you think of these crazy theories regarding Penelope? Do you think that Penelope will play a major role in Sly Cooper 5 or for the future of the series, if there is any? Would she be capable of attempting such things, or does it sound way too far-fetched for a character such as Penelope? Leave your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching.